Well, maybe you probably do not realize that many of us, participate in a rather unhealthy practice. For most part, depending on who you ask. For me, find it's true. That is, that daylight savings time is more harmful than actually good. Good. And, in my opinion, should be abolished. Either keeping it forward an hour or leaving it back an hour. It does not matter. It just needs to be gone. For the most part, in my experience around the university, from overhearing other people or just talking to my friends, it has caused more issues than it's ever solved. Mainly just shifting the time really does nothing, at least in our neck of the woods. For the first tiny bit, it's the fact that it can cause susceptibility to a fair few illnesses, with statistics coming from a study done by one Zhang H., Dallin T., Khan A., Edgar Green, and Resky A., whose research has shown an increase in negative health effects coming from a data set of over 150 million patients. And they primarily found elevated risks in cardiovascular injuries, mental and behavioral disorders, as well as immune system related diseases such as colitis. Yes, and right now I'll have a couple of different stat charts from their study posted up here. Mainly increases. One is a bit easier to read than the other, just showing an increased effect in negative health benefits within their control groups. The second, on the other part of the injury, which is similar to and probably included in the same study, it is shown that shifting back to standard time has increased the fatality rates and amount of deer-related car crashes. When Colin Cunningham from the University of Washington found a 16% increase into deer car collisions, which, if we stop the shift in time, could prevent fatalities of approximately 33 humans and 36,000 deer per year. Even if you don't care about the humans, 36,000 deer is way too much to be actually warranted. For the part, both these statistics clearly show that there is a adverse connotation between daylight savings time. It is doing more than it should actually mean. So this needs to change. Both people and animals are subjected to preventable risks. This from both immediate and long-term effects. From this practice, we either stay ahead or we fall behind. We need to pick one and stick with it. For other things, it also adds unintended complications to otherwise fairly simplistic things. For example, there was a manslaughter case in California in 1997 where a teen flipped his vehicle, killing one of his passengers and injuring several others. In his defense, he claimed that the street was wet and unsafe due to a sprinkler system that was placed close to the road. And the biggest thing is the outcome hinged on whether or not the sprinkler system's timer had been adjusted to daylight savings time. Because if it wasn't, if it was not, the sprinklers would have gone 45 minutes before, so the road would have been dry anyways. And many people seem to use the counterclaim that daylight saving time saves power. The issue with this is that the leading attribute behind that, and when it was put up, was when an incandescent light was common, and incandescent light is fairly inefficient. Now, for that point, we have moved to fluorescent lighting and LED-based lighting, which is much, much, much more power efficient, to the point where, at least on that part of saving power, it does not matter anymore, because we don't use incandescent lights because they're just not as efficient. So that's a moot point, and you can run an LED light as long as an incandescent light like 4 times over before even more than that before it comes up to the same power output. And to finish this all off, I hope that this has either reinforced your idea that DSD needs to go away and it's outdated, or better yet, you now know the issues that it causes. At this point, it's a pointless practice that does more harm than good. We need to spring ahead or fall back permanently. This is up to you. And now that you are informed, you do with this what you will. Make the change, let your representatives know, start it yourself, speak about it, let others know what you do. And don't let this pointless practice run on longer, because what you do with your knowledge will impact the future. Think about it.